All right, folks, welcome to the channel. Always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up, strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. And friends, millions of Americans now are desperate, looking for any way they can save money to try to keep up with that housing payment. Insane. This has happened before. It's happening again. We're doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, which is in fact the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. We let the housing market, well, we pretty much put it there. We put it in a bubble. It wasn't like we let it. We actually did it. It was done. It was a complete just bamboozle, creating this mess, a complete mess. And now we're in a world of problems. Insane. Like, I'm getting upset just talking about this. All could have been avoided had we not stimulated the biggest asset class in the world, the U.S. housing market. Why government? Why did we overstimulate the housing market? You could have done stimulus checks. You could have done a lot of this other stimulus measures. But why the housing market? Here we are in another bubble, and every single time the housing market has displayed bubble behavior, they've crashed. Not 1% of the time, not 2% of the time, 100% of the time. So it's coming. There's no sugarcoating this one. Throw the playbook out the window. Street smarts over book smarts. You better get some street smarts right about now. We're going to stay centered and surrounded with like-minded people where iron will sharpen iron today, friends. I'm going to sharpen some iron today. We're going to pull from the last bubble. I remember, it just came to mind. I was at Costco, and we're going to roll some Costco footage today to add a little variety to today's video. And say, I laugh at myself as I unpackage these things. It's to wrap my head around what I got to do for you guys to continue to entertain, educate, inform. That's what we're doing. But most of all, forward thinking, critical thinking, reading between the lines and looking between the cracks, not waiting for lagging data to tell us what's going to happen. We know what's going to happen. The housing market is going to crash. And now becomes at what level and when. This one, though, is going to look very, very different. But today I want to tell a story about the last housing bubble. I had a friend, and a lot of us were dealing with recessionary pains in the 2008 recession, present company included. I had to go through a lot of stuff in that last one. It was hard, sleepless nights. That's why on this one I said, playing it different, playing it safe, gonna watch this one. Found myself in real estate when I was like hitting the lottery. It was like, wow, it was like shooting ducks in a barrel, selling homes, overpriced homes, pay for overpriced homes, people begging for me to help them get homes. Egos pumped up, inflated artificially as well. Now that my industry is in big trouble, big trouble. Let's not sugarcoat it. My friend says to me, hey, Scott, listen, you won't believe we both had young kids around that time in the 2008. Last night, man, I had to take my kids out to Costco and hit the sample areas to feed them. Because, Scott, here's what's going on with me. I crunched my numbers to find out how much I got to earn just to pay my bills. Not even savings or emergency fund, just to pay my bills, Scott. I need to be making around $25 an hour. The best job I can find right now pays $23 an hour. And that was okay money it was a recession in 2008. He was a talented carpenter. Best he could do was $23 an hour. His bills required him to make at minimum $25 an hour. So he took his kids to Costco for dinner, eating samples. I still remember that like it was yesterday when he said that to me. And I was probably going through a bunch of my own baloney at the time too. So today I'm at Costco and I was like, wow, you know what? I'm going to observe people. I'm going to watch these people eating the samples. And it's crazy. If you've been to Costco, it's like a video game. You're like dodging carts and people just, it's fast and furious in there and they're trying to get in line, trying to beat you in line for a free sample. In fact, let's go ahead and roll this footage. We're going to meet back here and wrap this one up. Let's get started. All right, friends, buckle up and strap in and welcome into Costco, where you better put on some bumpers on your carts and get ready to go elbow to elbow, toe to toe to fight over free samples. Here's a sample station here. People were acting like this was something they were paying for. They were trying to ask for custom orders. Can I get some of this? Maybe a little of that. It was insanity. The loitering, the people standing around, the people wanting more. Can I have more, please? I need more of this. More samples, please. It was insanity. And everybody's kind of oddly quiet as they wait around. You almost feel guilty waiting in line for those free samples, but gosh darn it, we all do it, don't we? I know I did it. I got in line. I got some samples. Look at there you go. There's mine. It wasn't half bad now that I think about it. It was pretty good. I probably should have bought some of it. But do we? Of course not. Very rarely do I see anybody say, hey, can I get a package of that? It's just we want our free samples. We feel entitled. We pay for our membership. Where's my free sample? I want a free sample. It's just the weirdest dynamic I've ever dealt with. I almost laugh at this stuff. It's so entertaining. So let's take a look at these people as they wait for their samples, as they try their samples. Look at this gentleman here. He's really enjoying his samples, but he's confused. In fact, he's like, you know what? Let me look at this. I'm not sure you got my order right. Look at this guy. It looks like they got his order wrong. He wants to send it back and ask for a refund. I'm just kidding, sir. I'm just having a little fun with you. Thank you for being on today's video. We enjoyed your participation for sure. But it is quite interesting in these Costco centers. I always feel just a little bit strange in the Costco for some reason. It's just a very interesting energy. Everybody's kind of quiet, kind of stoic. You feel a little guilty getting those samples, especially if it was good, because you want to go back and ask for more. In fact, I was just talking to our friend Travis at the Real Estate Mindset about this, and he's like, I always go back and get seconds. And I'm like, gosh darn it, you're right, Travis. But it was an interesting day to say the least. But like I said, my friend used to go out here just for meals, and that is really troubling. And I think eventually we're going to see a lot of people start to do the same thing. Look for ways they can save money. And people were clearly trying to save a little money here, trying to get a snack. Look at this lady. I don't know how you're going to get it through the mask, my friend, but I get it. We're all trying to get a little bit of help in this inflationary times, but this is really a little bit concerning as we're forward thinking, critical thinking, reading between the lines and looking between the cracks. And we've got some massive cracks. And if you want to see some cracks, head on over to your local Costco and just take a look at the sample sections and you'll probably see the same exact thing. Let's get back to the studio so we can wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back. Well, that was my Costco. I'm sure it looks like your Costco. It's like Costco's like being in the Twilight Zone. You can go to any Costco in America and it's pretty much the same exact thing. Something just happens when you walk in the doors of Costco and show your membership card. It's on. It's like on. Where's the deals? Watch out. I'm first. Whew, crazy. And then trying to get out of there is just a whole separate video in itself. But this is the realities, friends. This is why I wanted to come report today. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a real estate professional. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. As we get forward thinking, critical thinking, and I know our president recently said, our president, I'm like, gosh, I'm gonna bite my tongue a little bit. Americans just need to buy the bargain brands instead of the name brands, instead of the Kellogg's Raisin Bran, buy the store brand Raisin Bran instead. That'll fix everything. That'll save your house. Come on, give me a break. This is what people are resorting to right now, and you guys get it. I know you do. You're shopping right now. You're looking for deals. You are buying those bargain brands. It's in fact happening. But that's not going to save your house. But people are trying in a big way, just like my friend back in 2008 that took his kids to Costco for dinner to eat off the sample trays, to try to keep up with your housing payment. Your housing payment is your biggest payment. It's an anchor now. You're dragging a depreciating asset along for the ride. You're one hiccup away from a tailspin. and eventually having to give the home back. People are doing whatever they can. They're sacrificing their quality of life, and that hurts me. I don't want to see people sacrifice their quality of life as they got bamboozled into buying in the height of a real estate bubble. My advice for everybody in this time is get lean and mean and stack cash and insulate yourself. We are just getting started. This one plays out. It's gonna play out. I'll do my best to continue to help us get in front of it, be forward thinking and critical thinking. And when it does, we'll be less blindsided, paralyzed by fear, because at least we've talked about it and taken some of the power out of it. Some people are just gonna be blindsided by this. They have no idea what we're talking about today. All they know is they're paying more for stuff. That is all they know. And they put so much pressure on themselves to buy the house. The last thing they want to do is give it back. It's going to be mentally devastating for millions and millions of people. Whew, it hurts me to say this, but I know it's so important that we continue to acknowledge the elephant in the room. The house isn't worth it. Your quality of life is what you want. Free time is what you want. If your house robs you of free time because you're a debt slave now, dragging a depreciated asset along for the ride, you didn't win. You lost. I don't want to see anybody go through that. Buying outside the bubble is primarily where I think everybody needs to focus their attention. It'll require staying centered and surrounded with like-minded people, because everybody's going to be running for the exits. Only a select few will be entering when everybody's exiting. I want to take as many of you guys there, because it's not only what you need, it's in fact what you deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links are in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you're interested in buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the world ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. If you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love the next video on your screen, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I will see you on the next video.